There has been some talk this week that Floyd Mayweather is going to be at the fight, and if you win, he'll challenge you for the belt. Is this a reality? Is this actually going to happen?
I don't know. I don't have an idea, but we'll see. Let one at a time.
Yes, I understand. I know you don't want to look past Mario, but everyone's going crazy over this. Would you be interested in that?
Of course.
Strong, and I still have that condition. The speed is still there. The passion is always in my heart, in my mind. The eagerness to work hard.
Floyd Mayweather has officially confirmed that a fight with Manny is up next if certain conditions fall into place. For now, all eyes are on the Filipino icon's upcoming bout with Mario Barrios. It's not just another comeback, it's potentially the key to unlocking a rematch that could shatter records once again. Mayweather has broken the silence, telling respected boxing journalist Lance Pugmire that conversations are already happening. The condition is that Manny has to win. And according to Floyd, if he does, this rematch could be worth billions. That's the word directly from Mayweather's people, who clearly understand the scale of what this second encounter could mean, not just for boxing, but for global sports entertainment.
I have exhibition match this coming December.
Where at? Let me know about it. I wasn't aware of this.
In Japan.
Against who?
Well, working on it, the opponent. We're working with Mayweather.
You're gonna do an exhibition with Floyd?
Yeah, yes.
Mayweather Pacquiao. Why don't you do it for reals?
I don't know. If he wants.
Mayweather's presence at the Barrios Pacquiao event isn't a mystery. He's expected ringside, not just as a casual observer, but with active skin in the game. Sources from his Las Vegas boxing club confirmed he'll be there with two fighters who are also appearing on the undercard. But the real reason Mayweather's in the building is to get a live look at the condition, sharpness, and marketability of the man who once shared the richest night in boxing history with him.
Between me and him, but he's been ducking, avoiding me. But it's okay. Let's focus this coming Saturday. I have business to taking care of.
Pacquiao himself has been vocal too, swinging between provocation and nostalgia. In interviews, he's accused Mayweather of being too scared to ever fight him again. He's questioned the substance of Floyd's exhibition run, subtly suggesting that the American avoids real danger. But Mayweather, as always, has countered with calm detachment. He recently said he got famous because they said that this could be the guy to possibly dethrone the king. Did it happen? Absolutely not. Was it easy? Absolutely. It's classic Mayweather, disarming and confident. And in true money fashion, he also revealed that Pacquiao invoking his name earned him a casual $4 million check, just off the hype alone.
No, I don't want to do business with them anymore. I'm a professional. I've dealt with the biggest and some of the best Fortune 500 companies in the world. Bad business on that side, period. Bad business.
That's how lucrative the Mayweather brand remains. Since his 2017 retirement following the 10th round TKO of Conor McGregor, he's limited himself to exhibitions, and not serious ones either. He's fought YouTubers, kickboxers, and influencers. Logan Paul, Deji, Mikuru Asakura, even John Gotti III, twice. These matchups haven't challenged him, but they've kept him active and relevant. He enters and exits these events in total control, and perhaps that's the appeal. No judges, no records, no risk, maximum money.
I always say one at a time. Let's talk about it after the fight, and let me focus this coming fight, because this is not an easy opponent. Like, he's a champion. He's taller than me, so I have to be ready 100% mentally, 100% physically, and 100% of course, the way I pray.
But a Pacquiao rematch would be different. It wouldn't just be a money grab. It would mean something, not just to the fans, but to the sport itself, and to Mayweather too. Because while he insists he has nothing left to prove, the presence of Pacquiao always stirs something. It's the one rivalry that had build-up, disappointment, and a cloud of unfinished business. If there's any opponent who could pull him back into a real fight, or at least a hybrid version that toes the line between exhibition and pro, it's Manny.
Down to 12 rounds, how many punches get connected and how many
how many punches of him he connected. You know, that's boxing.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining or making, just it's happened that way.
Yeah.
It happened to me many times.
Did you want a rematch with Floyd?
I'm still active. It's up to him if he's going to fight.
You would even fight him today?
Even here.
Oh my goodness.
Even here.
Yeah, that fire never dies, man.
Pacquiao's return at age 46 is already something historic. If he beats a live, younger, strong champion like Mario Barrios, he becomes the oldest WBC welterweight champion in history. That alone is career-defining. But it's the domino that triggers everything else. For Mayweather's camp, the Barrios fight is the litmus test. Not just for Pacquiao's legs or reflexes or stamina, but for marketability. If Manny wins, especially in style, the noise becomes a roar. Sponsors show up, broadcasters circle, promoters move in. That's the moment the real negotiations begin. And yet, Pacquiao insists that nothing formal has been discussed. He told reporters earlier this week that he hasn't spoken directly to Mayweather about a rematch. His focus, he said, is entirely on Barrios. Only after that fight will he consider future steps. Still, there's no denying what's happening around them. This isn't just smoke. It's the early stages of a fire that could become the biggest inferno boxing scene since their first bout.
I don't know yet who's my opponent next, but we still negotiating right now about the rematch with Floyd Mayweather. So hoping for that.
The business side is already swirling. Numbers are being floated. Saudi Arabia has long been interested in hosting mega fights. Vegas is always ready. Even Tokyo, where both fighters have built ties, is being mentioned. And with the current state of boxing, fragmented champions, uneven pay-per-view results, declining viewership, a Mayweather-Pacquiao sequel offers something rare. Guaranteed attention, guaranteed money, and guaranteed legacy talk. Both men stand at the twilight of their physical primes, but they still hold the kind of clout that modern stars haven't managed to replicate.
I hope to see you here in Japan again with a big fight against a
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah. Yeah, I thought that you don't want me to say that. Okay, but I'm excited for that. Thank you for always supporting Ryzen, all his promotions, and thank you, Sami Barasan.
Thank you very much.
For Mayweather, the question becomes how much risk he's truly willing to take. Would he accept a sanctioned, professional bout with judges and consequences? Or would he push for a lucrative exhibition under modified rules? And would Pacquiao agree to that after going through a full pro training camp and competing at world title level? These are the discussions happening now, or at least being set up behind the scenes, because when billions are mentioned, there are always people listening, calculating, and preparing. And through it all, both men remain who they've always been. Mayweather, the calculated, undefeated technician, obsessed with control, leverage, and narrative. Pacquiao, the reckless genius, driven by instinct, faith, and fire. If they meet again, it won't be a replay of 2015. The stakes will be different, the tempo will be slower, but the impact, still massive. For them, for boxing, and for everyone watching.
This whole Barrios and Manny thing, y'all don't see what the bigger picture is? Y'all don't think we're gonna get a Mayweather Part 2 coming soon? Y'all don't think so? Because you do know Barrios is the ultimate company man.
Oh.
Mayweather Pac 2? Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that. I'm more on the Tank. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I think that Tank gets the fight.
That's what I've been saying. I said I'm gonna stand on it that if Manny Pacquiao pulls this off and gets that belt, Floyd Mayweather's coming out of retirement.
This comes right after Manny admitted that he doesn't think Mayweather will ever entertain the idea as he believes he's too scared. He told Covers, "I don't think Floyd Mayweather will fight me again. He's scared to death to fight again. That's what I'm thinking. It's a huge fight, but there's a lot of reasons or alibis he didn't make the rematch with me. Lots of excuses, I guess." The statement came across less as frustration and more as cold resignation. Pacquiao knows how business works in boxing. He's been at the center of the biggest pay-per-view cards for 2 decades, and he understands the posturing, the silence, the subtle PR leaks. But in this case, the bitterness showed. For a fighter who's chased no man, to admit that his most high-profile rival may never have the courage to face him again, despite the potential fortune at stake, says a lot. It's not just about belts or money anymore. It's about pride.
Definitely Floyd Mayweather. I mean, their first fight generated 4.6 million pay-per-view buys
did over $600 million in revenue, including pay-per-views and ticket sales and sponsorships. And even though the fight didn't live up to expectations, it could still be a massive fight. 2 to 3 million pay-per-views right now. Or you could put it on Netflix and hundreds of millions of people would watch it worldwide. So if Manny can pull off the upset against Mario Barrios and become WBC champion on Saturday, don't be shocked if these two's negotiations really start to heat up and then the fight gets made shortly after.
And in this long-standing rivalry, every comment counts. Mayweather has never responded well to being publicly doubted or called out, especially by someone of Pacquiao's stature. But Manny's words weren't crafted to provoke. They were shaped by a decade of watching Mayweather dance around the subject, from exhibition to exhibition, racking up paydays with little risk and rarely, if ever, entertaining the idea of a meaningful sequel to the 2015 event. The original fight of the century may have broken records, but it left something unsatisfying in the air, something Pacquiao has never fully let go.
Can he do it? Absolutely.
It's a Mexican brand.
Manny Pacquiao's Oscar needs. He's a legend,
Some nice ones, thank you.
He's a legend. I think he can do it. Absolutely. I mean, it's not going to be easy, but
While the Mayweather talks swirl, another thread of Pacquiao's post-retirement life recently came to light. During his appearance on the Ariel Helwani show, the former 8-division champion lifted the curtain on a long-rumored mega fight with Conor McGregor. According to Pacquiao, the bout was nearly finalized. "We almost made that happen, that fight," he admitted. But the thing is that there are so many problems with his manager. That fight would have paired the world's most beloved boxer from Asia against the UFC's most notorious personality. On paper, it would have been a global spectacle. Behind the scenes, it was a logistical mess.
What would be the value in seeing it a second time? The first one wasn't bad, but the whole thing was this notion of suspense and unpredictability, and what would it be? Well, you got to see what it was. He got marched down and beaten up.
Yeah, it seems like Floyd might realize within himself that that's the last giant money fight he can make. It would have to be as close to a real fight as possible. I mean, it's a Conor who can still throw his hands, although to your point, the brand is damaged and, he needs a win badly in the UFC to revive that. But I wonder if Floyd at 45 is saying...
McGregor's management team, Paradigm Sports, clashed with Pacquiao's camp on multiple fronts. The conflict escalated into full legal proceedings. Pacquiao confirmed that a lawsuit from Paradigm was one of the key obstacles in getting the McGregor bout across the finish line. "I don't know. I cannot comment about that because the case is not yet finished," he said, carefully navigating the legal minefield. But anyone reading between the lines can sense the frustration. Pacquiao had tried to engage in good faith. He said as much to Helwani, stating, "I told him I'm a nice person, I'm fair like that, but they don't listen. They don't believe me."
If you rematch Conor, that's another huge fight. Are you guys going to work on that?
It's possible. It's talks.
Right.
Anything can happen. We don't know what the future holds.
The lawsuit, initially filed in 2023, accused Pacquiao of violating an exclusive promotional deal. It was overturned in 2024 due to licensing technicalities, but the fallout was clear. Whatever professional trust once existed between Team Pacquiao and McGregor's handlers had collapsed. And while Pacquiao refused to completely shut the door on the matchup, his measured tone made it obvious that the opportunity, if not fully gone, was drifting farther into the rear view. At the same time, McGregor's own trajectory has taken a hard turn. His last fight was in 2021. Since then, his public appearances have been mired in distractions, legal problems, and tabloid scandals. Most recently, his name was dragged into a bizarre controversy involving rapper Azealia Banks. That storyline, combined with his inactivity and uncertain health, makes a crossover bout with Pacquiao almost impossible to sell now, no matter how much money it could have generated in a different timeline.
And turn these opportunities to fight Floyd? What?
I know, but the thing about it is, like, who's going to sanction that? The weight classes are so different.
Yeah.
Floyd
Could
is
be 50 pounds different.
It could be 50 pounds plus.
Yeah.
It could be more. I don't think Floyd's walks around at more than 155 pounds.
Probably not.
Maybe 160 at the most.
Yeah.
And when he's in shape, less than that probably.
But here's the crazy thing.
So Pacquiao once again has his full attention turned back toward Mayweather. It's not a matter of preference, it's simply the only story left that still resonates on a global level. There are no new stars who bring the same combination of name recognition, proven numbers, and historical backdrop. And Pacquiao, for all his accomplishments, still sees the rematch as unfinished work. But he's also well aware that the other half of the equation, the man whose name still controls entire headlines, may never actually commit. And yet, Floyd Mayweather's legacy is too large to ignore, even in silence. The man fought professionally for over 20 years, retiring with an untouched 50-0 record and a list of scalps that reads like a Hall of Fame roll call: Canelo Alvarez, Miguel Cotto, Oscar De La Hoya, Shane Mosley, Juan Manuel Marquez, Zab Judah, and yes, Manny Pacquiao. Titles across 5 weight divisions, more than a dozen world championships, no losses, no knockdowns in over a decade. From the late 90s to 2017, Mayweather was the single most consistent operator in boxing.
You're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
What are we rating ourselves on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we're gonna know in the least amount of fights. You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Which is why the conversation around him continues, even now, even retired, even fighting influencers. There's a gravitational pull. Just recently, Oscar De La Hoya appeared on Club Shay Shay and was asked whether Mayweather could have competed with the sport's most revered era, the era of the Four Kings: Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, Roberto Duran, and Marvin Hagler. Fighters from the 1980s who not only ruled the welterweight and middleweight classes, but changed the entire commercial model of boxing. De La Hoya didn't hesitate. You asked me the question about the 80s and the Four Kings, right? Leonard, Duran, and Hearns and Hagler. It would have been quite interesting. I would have probably called it the Five Kings. You know, he's Mayweather that worthy of fighting those guys and making great fights.
Not. I'm gonna give you reasons why he's not the greatest of all time. Number one, he's never been undisputed. You are a prize fighter and you said so yourself. You at the table of a discussion of a Muhammad Ali, a Jack Dempsey, a Joe Johnson, a Sugar Ray Leonard, hell, a Sugar Ray Robinson, even a George Foreman, Lennox Lewis, a Mike Tyson. All those fighters have in common is being undisputed. You've never been undisputed, not once. Secondly, how long have you actually defended a belt? Brag about being champion in 5 different weight classes. It's not about...
Coming from De La Hoya, a man Mayweather beat in one of the most important fights of the mid-2000s, the praise meant something, especially considering De La Hoya fought many of those names directly or operated in that transitional era where old legends faced off with rising icons. For him to lump Mayweather in with that group validates just how far Mayweather's career impact has stretched, and it also magnifies what another fight with Pacquiao could mean. Not just in terms of dollars, but in how it rounds out legacies.
Why not Floyd Mayweather? Why isn't he in the top 5?
Floyd Mayweather, he's running the whole 12 rounds and he won the fight.
Manny, who are the top 5 fighters you ever fought, you think?
Barrera, Morales, Marquez, De La Hoya, Cotto,
The original Four Kings fought each other multiple times. Leonard fought Duran 3 times. Duran faced Hagler and Hearns. Leonard fought Hagler in a career-defining upset. The entire era was defined by rematches and rivalries. Mayweather and Pacquiao, they've only danced once. It was lucrative, but it wasn't enough. 1 fight, 1 win, and years of silence. If anything separates Floyd from the names he's being compared to now, it's the lack of a true trilogy or even a sequel. That's the one loose thread, and Pacquiao knows it.
The Pacquiao you're describing, who knocked out Ricky Hatton, who YouTubed Ricky Hatton, turned YouTube into a verb, what he did to Ricky Hatton, and then destroyed Cotto, and before that, and then like just the way he beat De La Hoya even before that, just...
Well, De La Hoya was old though.
Sure, but Mayweather fought those guys basically at the same point in their career that Pacquiao did before them. Okay. And the reason that Mayweather-Pacquiao fight was hyped up to the extent that it was is that, boy, Mayweather's this all-time great and Pacquiao was doing these guys.
In that light, Manny's comments take on a different meaning. It's not just that he thinks Mayweather is scared. It's that he believes Floyd won't risk the dent. 1 clean loss would give critics ammunition for decades. That's the weight of being perfect. It can become a prison. Pacquiao has always been freer in that regard. He's taken risks, climbed divisions recklessly, fought opponents younger, bigger, fresher. He's lost, he's bounced back, and in doing so, his legacy was shaped not by perfection, but by the willingness to face all comers, regardless of outcome.
When it comes to boxing and competing and being the best, I'm not here to talk about what you did on the outside. I'm not here to talk about what nobody else did on the outside. I'm not here to talk about your personal life. When we talk about, what's going on inside that square circle, I'm the best. No matter how you rate it, no matter how you cut it, no matter how you slice it, no matter if you go to 100 years back, 300 years back, all the way to now, there's only one best, and that's Floyd Mayweather.
Even now, that's what defines him. At 46, he's not easing into exhibitions or doing circuits for show money. He's coming back into a professional fight against a champion for a title with a full camp. On the official record, if he wins on July 19th, he becomes the oldest WBC welterweight champion in history. And if he does that, everything resets. All roads point back to Mayweather. The rematch won't be hype, it won't be fantasy, it'll be business, it'll be history. And Mayweather, no matter what posture he maintains, will have to make a decision. The silence won't work anymore. Not with the numbers floating, not with Manny making moves, not with Vegas calling, and certainly not with billions on the line. Whether Floyd takes that step or not remains to be seen. But Pacquiao has made his stance clear. No more guessing. But what do you think? And do you think this rematch will happen? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates.